Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 47 of my modded Factorio playthrough. In this episode, we are going to build all of the ore processing setups to improve our ore output. Enjoy! So we need 6 ore processors on each side. Let's see, it's going to be a little backwards because iron is actually being kept on this side here. What the idea is we'll have a loader right there for iron. How much of this do we need? 12. So yellow will work. So processed iron. Let's see, yellow inserters will get the job done. The output goes down here. And let's connect everything and give it a light. Okay, and we're going to need to continue this ore down here onto this belt. We'll worry about that once all this is set up. Okay, so the processed ore will come out here. And then we need to send it back to this line right here. Now looking at this, it's going to be a little weird. Circuit network would make this easier and cleaner. But since it's already set up and it's already working, I really don't want to make a circuit network for something that already operates correctly. So we can divert. And then send the iron right back into the silo. Basically, this is creating a priority with all of these splitters. It's creating a network condition, basically. So that's why it looks real dumb. I could just do a network condition, but this already works, so I figured why bother? Just keep using it. So then the processed iron will come out through here. Actually, let's do it like that. And then it will be connected as normal. Except this part is going to be changed. Because now we want to change the recipe to ingot 2. Let's see. It's kind of weird how this is set up here, but I think we're going to need to move everything down a little. Yeah. We're going to need to get the fuel belt in between these two things. Okay, well, luckily it looks like it'll move pretty easily. So we pick all that stuff up. Okay, there we go. Then the fuel belt will come in between the two of them. I don't think we have to move the steel because we're not changing steel. So, a little messy, but there we go. That'll be the proper thing we need. We're probably gonna have to move this guy here too, but this belt doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. Make sure it actually goes somewhere important. It's only for fuel to make clay bricks. That makes sense why it's not being used very much. That is okay. Ugh, this inventory is just too full. Alright, I'm gonna have to clear it out. Okay, coke and carbon coming in. Okay, they're fueled up, so when we hook up iron here, everything should work properly. I was looking at this here that we're actually going to be making 18 ingots a second, which means we need to upgrade to red belts for ingots. Well, it's definitely going fast. Let's see, probably want to upgrade over the entire length here. There we go. Look at that output. Looks like those inserters are not enough. Because they are briefly turning red. That is much faster. We probably can turn the priority off on here now. Have a more balanced output. Yeah, and it makes sense that these aren't running at full power because that assumes that both the left and the right sides are moving at full blast, which they are not. I feel like they should be, though, because the iron side actually isn't moving that fast. Let's see what this looks like if it's a red belt. There we go. There we go. Both sides full blast. All machines are green. Now we need to do basically the same thing for copper here. So much of this can probably remain the same. We just need to do it on the other side. Like that. Underground right there. And fast belts going back in. And change these to copper. So now we need to set these up for processed copper, which requires just oxygen gas. And we have some over here. Unfortunately, it is kind of in the wrong spot. It's not very convenient. Not very convenient at all. But we can go all the way out here. Why not? It gets the job done. Okay, oxygen is supplied. All it needs is the processed copper. Those are kind of in the way a little bit. There we go. Zigzag. Okay, looking good. Let's upgrade everything to reds. Then the last little bit is getting this belt reconnected. It's probably not that important that it be hooked up, because we're not making fertilizer anymore. But you never know. So let's just rehook it up and make everything good. And it'll eventually connect. When it's moving at full power like this, most of the ore is going to get sucked up by the ore processors, which is okay, but it'll eventually back up here. There we go. Much higher efficiency. I wonder if we should go through the effort of having a second thing making steel. Because right now we very quickly caught up on iron, but steel is moving so slow. This machine isn't even moving at full power. So let's do that. Like right here, looks like it just barely fits, but it does. Then oxygen's going to be weird. But we can make this work. And a stack inserter for each side should be enough. Oh yes, and then fuel's going to be kind of weird too. Oh, this is such a mess. Such a mess. Some fuel goes in there. And actually, then that means this belt can just go by here without any kind of undergrounds. Except that part. There we go. Full power on steel. Does that mean we're going to need to have 3 casting machines here? Sure, looks like it because it's increasing. Awesome. So looks like we finally caught up on a lot of this stuff. Put our old turret in there to get used up. We're building up cannons. And we've got our gates. And concrete walls. Cool. Looks like stone has completely caught up as well. And it's running at full blast. And it looks like our sulfur has caught up as well. And it's blocked off. Because of this setting right there. And then eventually all of these machines will clear out and then it will stay locked until there's room for more sulfur. Now that we're capable of putting out 18 ingots a second, it means that we need to have red belts now on our factory here. And I think I'm at the point where I kind of want to replace most of these white belts. Let's do upgrade planner. You'll want to do from white belts to yellow, white undergrounds to yellow, and white splitters to yellow. And we need the upgrade planner. It's a little hard to see, but now all we need to do is drag and drop upgrade planner, and it will show all the things that are getting upgraded. So the easy way to do this, to upgrade the entire bus, is just to start at one end and then go down to the other and make sure everything you want is selected. Looks like we've got most of it. So do that, and now we need to use bots to do all of this. These look a little slow. Still slow. There we go. Getting pretty low on rubite here, but it's keeping up. As long as it's keeping up, I don't think we need to scan for more yet. It's the last resource we haven't scanned into a vein yet. And then we can keep selecting things with the upgrade planner. Anything we think we might want to upgrade. Just the stuff that's on the bus for now. I don't really want to go through the entire factory upgrading everything. Okay, most of the belts are upgraded. So let's get these red belts in here. Okay, belts are upgraded. We have lots of fast belts now, at least for iron and copper. So we definitely won't have any speed issues there. Okay, we have one last little part of this setup to do here. And that is silicon, but I want to wait until we've got the other ore processing done before we do that with silicon. So for now, we just want to get it dumping the excess. Although, it's not that full right now, so maybe we can get by without it. It won't be too hard to move this. Let's see, let's just pick this up. Put it back down, one square lower. Let's put a long-handed fast inserter right there. And a regular inserter right here for the carbon. A fast inserter. There we go. Let's see, now we need to do tin and lead, but unfortunately we don't have the same amount of space as we did over here. And it looks like lead will take up a little bit more space. So we might actually have to remove lead and move it around to make everything fit. But tin should be very close to these other setups here. So you can grab this, put it in line. Let's do that. Then we can divert tin. In there. So Switch this to tin. And it will move slowly and in real time. Let's see, this doesn't need to go there. Okay, let's switch this to tin, which requires some coke. Which looks like it needs to move down a little bit, and this very much looks like it was inserter limited to begin with, so a lot of this can be easily redone here. So there we go. Tin number 2. Okay, let's hook it up. Oh, these guys are missing some inserters. Tin is working well. What to do about lead? No, it looks like I way overbuilt tin here. We only needed 2 machines, and I put down 6. Whoops. So we only need 2 ore processors. So that might actually fit in here, as cramped as it would be. They could probably fit in there. So then we have to handle the blast furnace, where we have 1 blast furnace feeding into a second. That could potentially work. I was hoping it would be direct inserted, but probably not. Let's see, we have pipes here that are hooked up to nothing. So we can save some space this way. Okay, and let's copy this over on the other side. Like that. And lead. It looks like lead is coming in through here. Okay, so lead can snake around up here. Yeah, I realize it looks kind of funky, and I'm just trying to reuse as much of the existing infrastructure as possible, rather than having to rebuild everything, because my intent is that none of this stuff is going to be here for much longer, because we're not that far away from having trains. And then once we have trains, we can move this stuff further away, have more space, and rebuild it. So that's why I'm not worried too much about this, because I see it as a short-term solution. Okay, more inserter limitations that we no longer have, so we can get rid of all that. We can just do that right there. And then set this to lead oxide. Luckily, this is the one that produces the same gas and byproducts and all of that. So we can get rid of all these belts. Let's do some stack inserters for out. And let's see how this works. It's only part of the setup, but we'll see. Okay, it's working so far. Let's get another blast furnace in here, and let's put it, let's say right there. Then we take the lead oxide and put some carbon in, and then we get our lead ingots. So 2 in, and 2 out. It would help to shift this down 1 as well. I am sensing a pattern. And let's split a little off here. Go down. And pull some carbon in. It's going. And we just need some faster belts. Excellent. And we're going to be limited by our sulfur dioxide gas, which continues to be full. Looks like we disconnected this wire here. And that's it for this episode. On the next one, we're going to complete the ore processing setup and do the more complicated ores of nickel and silicon. See you later.